Happening today to begin our Sunrise Smart Start, one of the three men arrested in that controversial immigration traffic stop back in March here in Rochester, making national headlines. That man is expected to appear in federal court today. His name is Wilson Oswaldo Gavin Lope, charged with illegal re-entry after getting deported to Guatemala in 2023. He was taken into custody back on March 25th when this happened. The stop at Lyle and Whitney with the help of RPD officers. The police chief David Smith and Mayor Malik Evans had a press conference that week saying the actions of the officers are not in line with the sanctuary city status protocol for rock, and they put the officers back through more training. This incident stirred up controversy across the country on both sides of the immigration debate, even bringing in President Trump's border czar Tom Homan to Rochester to show solidarity with the officers. Now, if convicted, Gavin Lope is facing up to 2 years in prison. He's in court at 2. Hours after Rochester police confirmed the death of that 17-year-old girl who was initially injured in last week's double shooting on Alphonse Street, hundreds of family members, friends, all mourning the loss of this teen. They gathered for a balloon release in her honor. That was last night, and when friends and family talk about Danielle Cubo, they remember her positivity. A senior from East High, Danielle's teachers tell News 8 her laugh will live forever in their memories, adding she was a dedicated athlete, echoing she always put other people first. The 17-year-old was killed in that double shooting that also injured another man who is expected to survive. Police say the gunman, 18-year-old Michael Garcia, made it all the way to Brockport before the SWAT team got there and found him hiding inside a home. Officers say Garcia and several others went to the house early that morning on Alphonse with the intent of revenge for a previous issue involving an associate of Garcia's. Danielle was hit while she was inside by a stray round. And those in the East High community say they are grieving through all this together.
She was loved by many people, even people who didn't really know her. Like, they knew, yeah, she'd come around, she'd make a room bright. It could be the darkest room and she'd make it bright.
Garcia is being held with no bail after pleading not guilty to what was initially the assault charge last week. Police say that charge will be upgraded now to murder. The State Court of Appeals has overturned the manslaughter conviction for a Rochester mom accused in the death of her 3-year-old son. In April of 2022, Andrea Lipton was found guilty of manslaughter. This after leaving her son, Kymere Marshall, with her boyfriend, Anthony Love, at their home on Avenue C. That toddler was found in July of 2020 unresponsive at the scene. Investigators later revealed Love had beaten the child, leaving him with a ruptured spleen and pelvic fractures. The baby boy died at the hospital. Love is currently serving 25 years for Kymere's death, and now, 3 years later, the Court of Appeals has ruled that the judge in the initial case made an error in allowing testimony from Lipton's interrogation after she told the investigators she was, quote, done talking and had nothing left to say. A new trial has been granted. To Oneida County, where one of the 10 prison guards charged in the beating death of Greece inmate Robert Brooks will spend 15 years in prison after pleading guilty to his role in the December homicide. Brooks was serving a sentence for assault at Marcy Correctional Facility when this body camera video shows the prison guards viciously beating him while he was handcuffed. Christopher Walrath, one of those guards, admitted to putting Brooks into a chokehold, hitting him, then lying to investigators about what happened during this incident December 9th.
This individual has been a corrections officer for over a decade. He is about to become an incarcerated individual for 15 years. And if he doesn't have remorse, then there's something seriously disconnected in his thinking.
Walrath is scheduled to be sentenced in August. The special prosecutor, William Fitzpatrick, says it is possible this guilty plea may spur the other guards involved to also reach agreements. Meanwhile, Robert Brooks Jr., the victim's son, released a statement following the guilty plea saying, quote, I pray that Mr. Walrath has the opportunity in prison to rehabilitate himself and come out a better man. This is what every single person in prison deserves, but it was viciously taken away from my father. It is 6:53. Let's get another view from our Greater Rock Sky Eye and sunrise traffic updates here. We don't have any accidents on our main expressways. We can see the aftermath of some overnight rain. Tracking a little bit more. We'll be having that part of the forecast coming up in a few moments with James. First, though, another traffic alert beginning tomorrow. Drivers in Park Ave expect more delays for more work. A new resurfacing project. So Park between Culver and Oxford is getting redone through May 16th. Two-way traffic will continue during this time, but street parking is restricted. There's also the other
sidewalk work going on throughout that area, so they're recommending seek alternate ways around going through the neighborhood side streets until everything is done.
More than a dozen candidates in the race for one of the available city council seats, all invited to share their platforms last night. The incumbents or their appointees joined the other candidates who all hope to be elected to city council this year. After initial presentations, candidates were asked a series of questions. For example, what inspired them to run for office? They also talked about public safety, the environment, eliminating red tape and other barriers to services and programs, and so much more. Leading up to the June 24th primary election in Monroe County, other organizations say they'd also expect to host forums for the mayoral race and the Rochester City School District.
3 days to go until we open up this year's 127th annual Rochester Lilac Festival. The staff at Highland Park tell us the winter season was pretty good for setting conditions for this year's flowers as they get ready for a strong and vibrant bloom. They say some of the trees already showing signs of spectacular color. With so many varieties, peak bloom, that's when most lilacs are at their most best. This year, that's expected early in the festival for some, meaning visitors can enjoy the blooms, hopefully from start to end.
If you come on a day that's still, like it is right now, the fragrance is going to be better. So what I tend to tell people is to come in the early morning or the early evening when the wind isn't quite as high. Not that they're not pretty when it's windy, but you'll get a much more intensive fragrance.
The festival opens Friday morning at 10:30. It takes us for the next 10 days through Sunday, May 18th.
All right. And you know what? It's an open goal for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
If you forgot, which we're not going to call you out if you did,
it's coming
just roll on through Highland Park.
We're going to see the flowers, Mom.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always got to put it on the 8-day forecast. Make sure everybody remembers that it is coming up. Lilacs, I think, really start to blossom over the next couple days and should look great next week. Just got to get through the rain showers today and then into tomorrow as well before we slowly clear out to Thursday and then into Friday. Temperature-wise, we'll take a dip. It's going to be on the cooler side for opening day on Friday, but we see those numbers climb back up, 60s, and eventually back into the 70s for a lot of next week.
All right. Thank you, James, and thank you for watching us this Tuesday. Our next update in half an hour.
CBS Mornings coming up next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.